Rush has been one of the most important game modes in all of Battlefield history for the last few years now. So today we're gonna have a little chat about that. These last few days we had a new Rush game mode for the new Iwo Jima map, and it's been quite nice, honestly. So you will see that this game mode now is only 32 people, 16 versus 16, which is quite different to what we are used to, the huge 64 player maps, like very chaotic, ton of dates, especially for this very small cluster with the small holes and just a few rooms. You will understand that DICE has decided to take this path since the next game as well, because Battlefield 6 is going to have like only 12 versus 12. I don't know if that's going to be like just one of the game modes, and then we are going to have the chance to play in a bigger option map, like just the traditional 32 by 32. But it seems that they have been working this way to have more slower phase matches and not that chaotic. Is that because they want to call the attention of new players to make it feel less a hardcore option? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Why is DICE actually trying to change the formula that has been working for quite a time now? What I know is that maybe it could be a good opportunity to have a new game mode that we are actually used to. What do you think? What is your take? Leave it in the comments if you want to share it. Maybe we can share some thoughts for the next Battlefield and all the upcoming game modes and all the changes they are making. Hope they are for good. As we know, DICE have been going through a lot of changes since Battlefield 5. Honestly, I do believe that um, they missed a lot of opportunities and they could have decided so many different things and do things. I don't know if the right word is to say good or better. I just know that they took a path that is not of my personal interest anymore. For example, after the TTK changes they made, I totally stopped playing that game. So I decided to go back to Battlefield 1. We're gonna see some gameplay ahead in the video because that's very important in so many aspects. Why? You will see. Because it's not the first time that we have the option of playing smaller versions of the different game modes. In this case, Rush. Let's look at the pros and cons. On the positive side, it's a more focused experience, a little bit more dynamic, and it can feel more enjoyable for new players who prefer, a different phase. Maybe not as chaotic as I said before, in a smaller version of the map. It is a lot easier to actually get some kills. You don't die that much, honestly. And maybe you can have some more tactical and more planning with your teammates to have a better experience. Of course, in the downside, having such a small player count makes the Rush experience feel like it's losing something. Some of that epic scale, a lot of tanks, maybe planes, helicopters. Um, it definitely has a turnover experience, in my personal opinion. It kind of loses something, maybe that epic scale. You know, it has how is known to be very chaotic, like a lot of battlefield moments, and having like smaller modes doesn't feel bad, but it feels very like incomplete. That's perfect work that I will describe these kind of game modes. Like ordering a cheeseburger. Are you gonna just take the burger? No fries? Not Coke? That's how I feel. No tanks? No helis? Not a lot of chaotic options? Just infantry? Feels weird. Like you're missing something. If we talk, let's say, Bad Company 2, where its mode was like peak in popularity, all the way to the more recent titles, it's kind of hard to replicate that kind of experience because I think that some of the maps were designed especially to play in the rush game mode. So thinking that way, it's quite hard to adapt a map for a specific mode, like let's say Conquest. You have Iwo Jima, classic map. You can play it in Conquest. You can have it in the Breakthrough version, no rush. So that's a few options. Not Battlefield 4 options, but a few options at the end. With Battlefield 6 on the horizon, many players are hoping Rush will return at full strength, bigger maps, better balance, and the same identity that made it stand out in the first place. Now, let's have a little comparison with Battlefield 1. My personal favorite Battlefield game ever. You know, this one has a very special feeling. You know, the atmospheric way you play the game, the environment, the guns, the maps. It works amazing. With all the trenches, you will feel like you are actually in World War One, and it has a fewer player counter. I know there are servers with a lot more uh, populated servers, let's say, with the bigger options, I do believe. But as I was saying before, it's not the first time that DICE has gave us a smaller version of Rush, and I do understand the reason. It is because it is a lot easier to play in just a 12 versus 12, a lot less frustrating because we gotta take into consideration that DICE is actually a huge company and they want to make money. So I understand they are trying to make the game more appealing to new audiences, new players, and they are appealing, obviously, to try to call the attention of the Call of Duty players that I feel are feeling so disconformed with the changes they got in their favorite game. I'm just gonna say that and leave it there. Why is it? Why is the game taking this direction right now? Can we say that probably is because they want to change the Battlefield formula? They want to stop being Battlefield and copycat? That's a lot of the things that people are saying. And we gotta be a little bit realistic. EA is a huge company and they want to make money. Of course, we all know that. But as long as they deliver a great game, good content, quality, can you actually judge them for trying to appeal to new people, maybe younger audiences? I'm gonna go back to Battlefield 2042, and with all the things that we have learned, and they did as well, failing changing the formula to match is not good, but the game actually needs to evolve because you can't deliver the game, the same game, year after year, and not change it a bit. Some of the changes from Battlefield 2042 were, in my personal opinion, kind of good. Having the open weapon system is maybe one of the most controversial decisions they have ever made, but as it concerns to me, it is a positive change. I don't dislike it. I do believe that this can be a little bit better, of course, and I understand that there is a huge amount of the community that don't think that that is the right choice. And I understand some people are gonna disagree with me. Some people might be in the same light that I do. So at the end of the day, we all want a good game. We all want to have the great taste experience in a Battlefield match. So I do believe that DICE is gonna give us a solution to it, adding maybe different options to play the different game modes. Like, for example, 12v12 or the classical 64 players. So having the option to pick which game mode you prefer is gonna be great. What do you think? Is EA doing the right pick, making those changes, the classical game modes, or you as me believe that there is a reason they have decided to make all those changes? Mainly, of course, having a new appeal to new audiences, trying to increase the player base. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. I'm really happy to actually be making this video. I do believe that um, Battlefield future is gonna be bright. I'm very excited for the upcoming game, and I'm really thankful for all the people who is stopping by and watching my videos. I know I'm not maybe the best YouTuber right there or right now. I'm sorry if I sometimes say something silly in English. It's not my principal language. I'm still learning a lot. But thank you for watching. Please, if you like it, subscribe, give a like, leave a comment. I will be very happy to know what's your opinion on this. As I said before, my name is Rafoho. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a beautiful day, just as me. I will see you in the next time. Peace.